which curriculum should we go to? And that is why we have agreed with the Ministry of Education that one of the things we are doing is recrafting the curriculum for both ECD and for CTCs and TFETs, so that we have a unified curriculum across the counties and be able to govern all our ECD facilities across the county, so that we have a uniform way of training, uniform teachers, which if today we say a teacher from Kericho County can come to Turkana and teach the same things in the same competence as supposed to be done. We are asking our partners for support in terms of retraining and retooling the ECD teachers to be able to handle the competency-based curriculum. We know as counties that we may not have enough resources to be able to retrain these teachers and teachers for e-service. But we are grateful for partners that has been able to come in handy and support counties in terms of retraining and retooling the teachers to be able to handle the competency-based curriculum. It is a collaboration that we are inviting partners across the board to be able to work with us as Council of Governors, draft MOUs that will guide our operations so that we create even a more excellent learning environment. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we have had tremendous progress in terms of the feeding programs across the board. We have asked today of Turkana County, and we want to congratulate my brother Jerry here, who has enumerated, we have heard of other counties like Siaya and other places that have done excellently in terms of the feeding programs. The truth of the matter is that children come from different backgrounds. We can avoid to take our children to various curriculums across the world and good schools. That poor parent there in the village has no option to go to school. Some of these children that come to school last night, Joseph the father and Jennifer the mother, they fought the whole night. And Jennifer ended up sleeping in the maize plantation, and the other one slept elsewhere. And these children come to the classroom in the morning, want to be fought. If we don't feed them, ask yourself, will that child be practical enough to hold her in school? And that is why we impress upon ourselves that across the counties we continue to implement a robust feeding program for our children. And this is the time now where we need to have a multi-departmental approach, and the Ministry of Health, the Department of Health and counties be able to tap in and weigh in for nutritionists to be able to support the Ministry or Department of Education. Because to feed these children well and to get proper nutrition, we need a nutritionist expert, which most of them are domiciled within the health department. I'm happy to leave. I think they have employed nutritionists or something like that, and this county of Ajani. But we are looking forward that as we move as counties, one of our plans is to be able to recruit nutritionists specifically to work with the ward supervisors of ECD facilities and people to work on proper nutrition for these children. So this is some of the progresses that we are making as county governments. And even as we talk about policy, we talk about integration, we bring our commitment as COG that this being a devolved function, we want now to take it to another level. We will not cry that we are just 10 years. The child has grown and devolution has to work now. And working is to make those that is devolved to us, make it happen and make it work. That is both the CTCs and the ECD, which we are committed as counties to be able to work on it. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are looking again into the crafting curricula for our house helps. It's a conversation we're having at COG, and my committee is looking into the house helps. Times have changed, and as we talk with some of us parents, we don't even have time to pay with their children, and we leave the child almost 80% with the house help. And we are trying then to see how we can also create a curriculum that can have households have small courses to be able to be exposed on how to take care of the child. To be able to know how will we work with this child to grow? How should we feed this child? How do we take the emotions of this child and be able to connect with the child? And this is an idea that we hope it will be supported by stakeholders when us as COG begin to work on this particular curriculums. And we'll invite our partners to sit down together and do this curriculum. You remember that in my other life, was teaching in the university, and one of the jobs we used to do is to create curricula. And I left to university as a Dean School of Arts and Social Sciences, and will be glad to call again for stakeholders to be able to sit down together, even as we challenge the universities here. We need more of children's literature. A circular lady went with children's literature. Right now we have dry universities that are not productive enough to write even a book. And we call upon colleagues in the university that instead of having a lot of conferences, sit down and even have one book that you can sell us here for the children. And continue to create a lot of literature for the child so that it helps us to help our children in teaching, reading, and literacy competencies within those levels. So it's a commitment that we continue to work together. And just as I end that, I'm happy to note also that the President in our conversation has committed to changing the funding in the university so that that child coming from a very humble home will be able to be given 100% throughout the university. Lakini that child, for yangu na Jeremy here, would be able to dig into our pockets a bit and support the child. It's not reasonable that we can take our child to very expensive institutions in primary and secondary, pay 200,000 per term, and then you want that child to be given free education in the university. So for Wadosi kidogo hivi tutachota, and then we'll get those guys there in the villages, we support them to pay for their scholarship fully. Today I've noted from the governor, from the principal of Turgana, that as we work into that larger policy framework, there are other universities that are growing that also need to be taken in so that they are not disadvantaged by competition. And it's a commitment that you are making also to follow up as the chairman of education so that we are able to protect our universities and even our colleges as we move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, for the FTCs, and I know this was not a day for FTCs, I would like to inform the members here that we are making tremendous progress with our FTCs. We are aligning our FTC and we are agreeing a COG that we have no business having if we have a TFET here, then there is no need for a county government to have a FTC 100 meters away from the TFET offering the same courses. So we are agreeing on a unified curriculum that will speak into what counties can offer and into what national government can offer. And while at the same time, we allow the child in FTC to progress with TFET and progress all the way to the university. While we'll be very deliberate and intentional to have our FTC train on market-driven requirement. There's no need to have a FTC train in business management. That's the business of the university. So we are saying that what we just need is a practical course. If you are coming from Turgana, and I encourage you to social as hello to the CCs here of Turgana, there is oil here, you may strike a deal and buy some plot here. So if you are coming from Turgana, perhaps we may need to train you on how you can help harness the skills of realizing that there is oil here. And if you get oil, how are you supposed to start it? What is this skill that is required in the Stenpa County? If I'm coming from Kericho, we have a lot of tea factories and tea industry. So are we able then to recraft our curriculum in Kericho to be able to speak to the tea industry so that as we churn out these artisans graduates, they are observed to an immediate market, rather than just training blanketly. We are coming from Kisumu, there is a need for the blue economy. And are we able then to train our guards in the blue ocean so that they are tapped across the world? So it's a conversation that we are leading from the COG, together with Mochoku from the national government, and I'm very happy that you're making tremendous progress. And I know as we move forward as a country, we are going to witness our whole change altogether in the way that we approach learning in this country. So on behalf of COG, we want to say that we are grateful for the organizers, the partners, and above all, we are grateful for my brother, Cherry, for hosting this event. We'll continue to support this program, and we'll continue to work together. You have had my CEO from Eldred, which I also belong. We have had my brother says that I think we're into the spirit of Mandamano now. We'll go for a meeting very soon for all the governors from our region so that we have a conversation, because there are more pressing issues in this country and we need peace across the country. When there is war, a child is affected. When there is war, a woman is raped. When there is war, the people that carries the biggest burden in terms of war is the woman and the child. And that is why we must speak to matters peace, that where even there is misunderstanding, we must be able to come down together as leaders and people to have conversation, because this country, Kenya, belongs to all of us. I'm happy our governor has said that here in Turkana there is a melting pot of different business people. And this conference could not have happened if there was mandamanos here, because nobody would want to go. Even now, if you're invited to Nairobi, you don't want to go to Nairobi, because it's hostile and economies are broken down. So I know as elder, we'll be able to reach out to our governor's colleagues so that we're able to sit down together and agree on certain things that we can push forward and have a middle ground on a number of these things. Because at the end of the day, this country belongs to all of us. With those few remarks, I would like to declare this conference officially open and to wish all participants all the best. And we'll be able to join you again, even as you progress, and even come here again before the end of the conference. I received this from the First Lady. She should have been here, but for obvious reasons, I'm here, she can't be here. And our children are in CPC, all of them. So one has to remain to take care of the children. So thank you so much. Good evening, and God bless all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. You must agree that he has done above average, extremely well. Although I'm not a teacher, I'm convinced that he has done all the best. I think it's now another program for His Excellency the Governor we continue with that program so that at least we go something to remember Turkana with.
Okay, thank you, Your Excellency, for those good remarks. I think our second phase of the program here and now is actually to try to dress up our guest and governor of Kericho County, and also the first ladies. But I think I hear they are mobilizing now things for the first ladies. They were left a bit far, but because he's in hurry, immediately after this we are going through the tents. So you know that you see for a minute like this. Yeah, because they are asking that you pass there. I think we're supposed to. You have,
wow.
Well, these people will know how to dress up a governor.
Nice one. This is for we come for the cancer. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one.
I think you can. And then there is
thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I think you can have the right copy of the photo. And then this one is not carried like this.
Okay.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's both a stool
or the stool and a pillow for sitting.
Oh.
Try to sit.
So you can do it? Yeah. Ah, man.
You're integrated now.
Yeah. And then there is this. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. Nice one.
Okay, I think that's okay.
Thank you.
Where are the other things? Immediately.
The stool.
For the ladies. It's now the work of the first lady to dress up our colleagues.
Officially. Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
So we are at that point in time. Attention please, as the excellencies begin to take a walk around the booths. I want to request us to just give us 1 more minute. What we want to do is we will break and go for our lunch come dinner out there. And then we will thereafter be able to come back for our walk if we want to. There will also be an opportunity for you to interact with the different booths at that point. But tea and lunch and everything is served on this end. We will skip the panel session and come back tomorrow morning to start with that. I want to appreciate you all as you take a break, and then let's meet again tomorrow. Thank you.
Turkana is the origin of all humankind, so children are precious to us.
Let me take this singular time to say I want to invite and sincerely invite all the stakeholders for the 5th ECD Stakeholders function that will be carried out in Turkana County.
We are privileged to host the 5th conference in Kenya for ECD that is dubbed From Policy and Evidence to Action.
As a county, we have challenges and we work to ensure that children in host and refugee settings are able to enjoy their right to education from a very young age.
ECD is the foundation of education. If ECD is done in a better way, if ECD is done in a good way, then the rest of the education in Turkana County will be okay.
Kelakara no itu ame zukulu oye ineke to mangede kwa si loke pa lu ya to malo zukulu e zukulu ko araya zukulu bo ginto ya kuju alakara.
Tremendous progress has been made in terms of early childhood education within Turkana County. We have made progress in terms of enrollment, with the current gross enrollment rate at 166%, which is actually above the national average. Secondly is the provision of child-friendly furnitures and teaching and learning materials, which has acted as a pull factor for these learners to be able to come to school and continue enjoy learning.
Being a special county where it hosts the refugees, we bring in the refugees and trying to also give them the kind of education that they deserve. And also we have one ECD center called Kalobeye ECD Center that takes care of both the refugees and the host community. This is to make these children feel comfortable and to feel at home and gain the kind of knowledge and education that any other child needs.
As much as we have achieved a lot, we still have a very long way to go. Many of our children are still going to school under trees, makeshift structures, and traditional manyatas. Hence, we need more efficient ECD infrastructure. Due to high poverty levels, we have more children in ECD, and some of them are below 3 years coming to school for feeding, care, safety, and protection.
Turkana has experienced a myriad of challenges, the worst being hunger, malnutrition, household food insecurity, poverty, and high levels of illiteracy that have been able to be experienced. And so our intervention is a long-term commitment where we do know that an investment in education takes some time for us to be able to get the results. So our approach is to be able to give this support where we provide school meals free of charge.
And the major programs we have here, the key ones, we have the feeding program. We give them rice, we give them vegetable oil, we give them beans, and even we have innovative idea whereby we also improve nutrition through Vigilant, supported by a partner called JICA.
based on the data, we know that the nutrition condition of the kids in Turkana is not so good. That's why we want to improve their health condition by taking the vegetable.
We have political goodwill on implementing ECD programs, but there is need for capacity building on ECD among communities and county policymakers.
Due to devolution, we have also benefited from trained manpower. The teachers that we have employed as a county are trained for this particular job, and we are even training more and more so that we have quality education to our children, because we believe that the education has to be revitalized from the down level.
We've been able to enhance the quality of early childhood education, and this has been majorly through teacher professional development by capacity building teachers on the competency-based curriculum.
Our county is vast, hence monitoring our progress becomes costly due to mobility challenges. Water is a very big challenge in the entire county, therefore children have no access to clean and safe water. Due to culture, many of our girls and children with disability are out of school.
Getting girl child to this institution is a big challenge. We don't know whether it is because people offer children for marriage, or because they want the livestock that they get from the person who is marrying the child. But we are still looking into that. But the main challenge is the parents don't want to bring the children to this institution, not only this institution, but institutions with children who are disabled.
We have a very good relationship with our partners. In terms of training of our teachers, UNICEF comes in, LWF comes in, Lutheran World Federation. World Food is also one of the greatest partners that we have. So there is a whole lot of all these components coming together to ensure that our ECDs are working to the realization of revitalizing of education in Turkana.
Tell the world, let us invest in children. Children make strong societies.
It is important as policy makers, as practitioners, to ensure that whatever we are doing is for the interest of the child. For these children are leaders of tomorrow.